Good afternoon, everybody. We are getting ready for Game 2 of day number 1. It's going to be between Service Alaska, Pocatello, Idaho, Aaron Poling, Jace Sanders, and Jace. You know, Alaska, it's a place that you spent some time, and you know a little bit about Service. Go ahead and, what do you think is going to be key for them having to come all the way out here?
Yeah, well, it's tough because you travel from a place where you got to fly. There's no driving from Service Anchorage to all the way here in Montana. That's not going to happen. So I think the big thing for Alaska is coming in here and understanding that there's people you're not going to see ever before. People are not going to see again. You got to come out here and just prove yourself, and it takes a lot, especially coming off the plane, to kind of get your legs going. There's a different place, and you're probably the only team that flew here, which kind of creates for an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, and then you have the Pocatello Running Rebels on the other side. They are one of the 3 teams coming back from last year. Pocatello made it all the way to the last day of the tournament last year where they fell to Gillette. So for this Running Rebels team, it's an opportunity to get back to where they want to get to.
Yeah, and given you have that experience, it's going to be huge, especially facing an Alaska team that wasn't here last year. It was Eagle River, not Service. And so facing a team that's not exactly, I don't say used to the environment, but it's a bigger stage than what you've ever played on before, so you're going to have the advantage in that aspect.
You could tell this is a different ballpark than what the original scheduled ballpark was. We'll have more on that later on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Let's stop into Mountain West Business Solutions to see what Randy and the team are up to today. Randy is printing out testimonials from satisfied customers. Let's see what some of them say.
Bar none, the best customer service in the industry.
Mountain West has been perfect for our business needs.
We simply could not survive as a business without Mountain West Business Solutions.
For all your equipment, printing, and software solution needs, Mountain West Business Solutions. 866-583-9925.
Welcome into the Cazin's Ace pregame show here for game number 2 of the 2024 Northwest Regional for the American Legion. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling bringing you this game between the Service Alaska Cougars facing Idaho's team, the Runnin' Rebels of Pocatello. And Aaron, we saw game 1 being an hour and 34 minutes and a dominant pitching performance. And in this game, I don't think we're going to expect the same, but we do know that everybody from here on out, they're throwing their best pitchers. They got their best bats, and we're going to see the best from each team.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get to that, we want to mention, because we mentioned it in our opening, that weather has played a big factor in this game.
Yeah,
completely different field. It's not Dealer Field. We are here at Joe Pertz Field. There was a lot of water. It sounds like as long as we don't get weather, we'll be over there tomorrow, which would be awesome for all the kids to get to play in a minor league baseball field. But no, Jace, you're right. If you come in and expecting an hour 34-minute game, that doesn't happen real often. That just happened to be a really good pitching battle between the Challengers of Eugene and the Sixers of Cheyenne. So this game is interesting. Service Alaska, we mentioned in the opening, only team that flew. They're going to have to get their legs underneath them. Pocatello Running Rebels, they had to drive too. A lot of teams have had to drive quite a bit.
We drove through Pocatello on the way up here. So.
Absolutely. But it's a little bit easier, They've been on this stage before. They had to do something similar last year driving Gillette. These kids understand what it takes, so it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams react to the start of this game. We saw a little bit early on in the first game a couple of players overamped, especially on the mound. For the starting pitchers, it's going to be huge to settle in, to relax, and just remember, hey, another baseball game, because you try to overthrow, you try to get a couple extra miles an hour on your fastball, that's when things start to go awry.
Well, you mentioned it in the intro as well. The Runnin' Rebels, one of 3 teams to return back here to the Northwest Regional from last year. One of those teams, the Cheyenne Sixers, guess what? They lost their first game, so if you're the Run Rebels, you got to understand that you're not coming in here and expecting a win. You got to come in and fight with every single pitch.
Absolutely. Just because you've been here before does not mean you're guaranteed a win, as we saw Game 1. You know, you can run into a buzzsaw in one of these tournaments. Luckily enough, it's a double elimination tournament, so if you do, you're not eliminated right away. But, I mean, you got to come out and you got to compete regardless of who's on the other side. And, you know, for service, same thing. They know that Pocatello's been here before. This team wasn't here last year, but that doesn't necessarily mean they can't come out and put on a performance.
Yeah, Service, one of the big high schools in Anchorage, Alaska, and one of the primary one for athletics as well. So no surprise to see these Service Cougars here for this Northwest Regional. A couple of notes on this game before we take a quick break and the starting lineups to come up. The turf infield, obviously mentioned, changing fields is different, but it also creates for a different environment, and the turf infield can create for different bounces, different way you play things. Still going to be grass in the outfield, so no different there, but again, you're not going to have as many short hops in the outfield as you would in the infield. You don't want to have that third hop. That third hop is where it kind of breaks up. Second is, you don't really want to get there either, but it's easier to control, so definitely got to watch that, and the ball is going to fly off the ground a little faster with the turf infield. And another thing, the Service Cougars, obviously coming from Alaska, 13 players on their roster, so they're going to have to be efficient in pretty much every facet of the game. The coaches meeting happening at home plate right now. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups for both sides and get you underway in game number 2 here of the 2024 Northwest Regional. You're watching this presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament, and it's brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready, and we'll be right back here on mylocalradio.com.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelo's has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelo's also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelo's is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelo's Auto Farm Service.
There are 3 things you can always be sure of when you get your tires from Freeway Tire in Evanston. First, they offer a price match guarantee on any published price. Second, whether you're driving across the state for a sporting event or you're just driving around town, you can feel confident knowing that you have top quality tires that have been installed by tire experts. And third, you're always appreciated by the owners and staff at Freeway Tire. It's reflected in the friendly service you receive every time you visit. Freeway Tire, quality tires and great service. Stop in today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hard-working staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back here to Montana, Billings, Montana here for the 2024 Northwest Regional. Aaron Poling to my left. I'm Jace Andrews. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a moment as they read them out on the field, but we're excited to have this game between the Service Anchorage Cougars and the Pocatello Runnin' Rebels in this Idaho versus Alaska matchup in game number 2 of the 2024 Northwest Regional. Mentioned the turf infield, mentioned the weather, and one thing we did not mention when we kind of brought that into the aspect, it's a little bit chilly here than everybody thought, and a little bit windy, and so I don't know who that favors, obviously, with your Alaska. You have the sun all summer, but it does not get warm in Anchorage, Alaska for the most part of the summer. You have the sun all the time, does not mean you are going to be in the 85-degree weather. So, and they're playing in some familiar conditions.
Yeah, and we covered a tournament in Pocatello earlier in the year, so we understand how hot it can get in Pocatello. So I'd agree with you that I think this is Alaska's advantage.
Let's send it out to the PA announcer for the national anthem. And then one thing unique here to this 2024 Northwest Regional that you're not going to find besides in Legion Ball is the Legion Creed that is being read right now, as each player will kind of honor their code of conduct in some ways, and just making sure to keep this sport well-rounded in a lot of different facets. Alaska will be the home team in this matchup, as Pocatello will be with the bats first and will bat in the top half of the first. This is a full 7-inning game, and we'll see what happens throughout here, but this is game number 2 of the day. Prior to this game, we had the Eugene Challengers take down the Cheyenne Sixers 3-2 in an hour and 34-minute game, and we'll see what we get in this one. All right, we're about ready to go. Let's get you the starting lineups here first for the visiting Pocatello Runnin' Rebels, as they'll bat their pitcher leadoff, Elias Blackhawk, as he'll be in the starting role and on the first position in the batting order. The second baseman, Garrett Keller, will bat second, and then batting third is going to be Gunnar Wilhelm, the catcher. In the cleanup role, it's Hudson John, the first baseman, and batting fifth, the shortstop, Colton Durham. Batting sixth, that's the left fielder, Cash Stuckey, and then in the 7th slot, the third baseman, Christian Alvarico, also known as Lon Alvarico. And then you have the 8th slot, the center fielder, Cutter Stuckey, and the 9th slot, the right fielder, Preston Foltz. The defensive alignment for the Service Anchorage Cougars go as follows. At first base, it's Trey Maltby. At second base, it's Chase Maselli. At third base, it's Rylan Nikolai. And then the shortstop today, Hunter Christian. The outfield from left to right, Colby Jensen, Andrew Hickman, and Trevor Maltby. The battery, Jake Rafferty, the pitcher, Landon Martindale doing the catching behind home plate. Your umpires today at first base, it's Aldo Mora. Your third base umpire is Craig Millison. Calling balls and strikes, it's Cole Pryor on a nice and windy 63 degree weather day with the clouds over top of the sky. Rafferty, the big right-hander on the mound, as he will toe the rubber from the right side and be the first one to see this Pocatello Runnin' Rebels lineup.
Yeah, Jace, talk about the pitcher on the mound. That's one of the key components to this tournament is how do you divvy out the innings? Who do you throw? How long do you throw them? How many pitches do you throw? And do you allow them to come back? We saw a tale of two different tapes in the first game where Cheyenne only threw their pitchers 35 pitches to allow them to come back later in the week, where Eugene, they threw their starter the entire way. So watch out for that and see how this goes for both these teams.
Yeah, and I think that really comes down to the plan for each of the team, what they expect and how they want to play it throughout it. But we'll find out right now as this game is getting underway. Elias Blackhawk, the pitcher for the Rebels, will face his opponent, Jake Rafferty, on the mound, as we'll have the first pitch of game 2. Fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes here for the start of game number 2 at this Northwest Regional. Start time is going to be exactly at 12:29, so about a minute early here at Joe Pertz Field. Once again, not at Dealer Field where this tournament was originally scheduled to be, as weather kind of took that out for day 1. Looking like we'll be at the back for day 2. Inside fastball, a little high as well from Rafferty, and it's 2-0 on the batter, Blackhawk.
Yeah, Blackhawk's going to take a walk after that. It's one that you have to take a deep breath. It's a tough up and in pitch, but you have yourself ahead in the count, 2-0 to lead off the game.
2 balls, no strikes. Rafferty on the mound, the pitch. Line drive right over the head of the second baseman, Maselli, into right field. It's a base hit for Blackhawk, and the Pocatello Runnin' Rebels have a runner on.
Blackhawk has incredible speed. As see if the Running Rebels have their running shoes on today with Blackhawk over at first. It's a good chance to be off and moving.
Garrett Keller, the second baseman, will step up from the right-handed hitter batting box with a runner on first base. That was a line drive over the head of the second baseman, Maselli. A nice kind of CI single as he fired through there. First pitch fastball is away from Rafferty as Keller watches it for ball number 1.
But also for the Running Rebels lineup, what a perfect way to start the tournament. Nice line drive single.
1-0. Rafferty checks on that runner. The pitch comes home as he takes off. Has the bunt and hits him. It was going to be a bunt and run, but instead he gets hit with the pitch. He'll take first base, and there's runners at first and second with nobody out quickly here for the Rebels.
Oh, for the Rebels now. I mean, first 2 runners on. Now you bring up the heart of your order with a couple guys on. Big opportunity here to really establish a lead early on.
And it's Gunnar Wilhelm who will be up here, the 3 slot and the catcher. Jake Rafferty quickly has to settle in and work out of a jam early here. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Line drive single, now hit by pitch. The first pitch from Rafferty to Wilhelm coming. Fastball just a bit low in the zone, 1-0.
Yeah, Rafferty's got some pretty good pace to his fastball, just hasn't been able to locate it where he wants it yet.
1 ball, no strikes. Rafferty looks at that runner at second base. Now comes home with it. Just a tad outside with that one, probably a little low as well. It's 2-0. 2-0 was the count to Elias Blackhawk when he had his single over the second baseman. See if the green light's on here for Wilhelm with the 2-0 count. Looking at the runner, the pitch home. Again, the green light, this time fouled off, and a nice play over that third base coaching box. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. It's Garrett Keller off first, Elias Blackhawk at second. As Rafferty holds the chest, looking back at that runner at second, will come home. Fastball catches the outer part of the zone for strike 2.
It's a really good 2-1 fastball. You know, batter sitting dead red looking for the fastball. If you're able to paint it on the outside black, it's a pitch you're not going to get hurt with too much.
Count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners off first and second. Rafferty will come home with it. Just tipped out there as a nice job by Wilhelm to reach that bat out there and fight off that 2-2 pitch.
It's a really good pitch right there. It's the first breaking ball we've seen. Breaks it out in the 2-2 count.
6th pitch of the AB here for Wilhelm. And that's a high fly ball into left field, moving the left fielder Jensen back. He dives and makes the grab, sliding at the left field line, and there's 1 gone there. Jensen with a diving effort.
What a play there. First out of the game. Your defense makes it flashes the leather like that on the mound. It has to give you some confidence to attack the zone that your defense is going to be there to back you up as he makes a really fine diving catch there.
Colby Jensen in left field with the web gem early and the first out at the top of the first for the Cougars. 1 out now as Hudson John will be up. First pitch is just a tad high for ball 1. Keller still off first. Blackhawk stayed at second base at that as they were kind of halfway looking to see if that ball was going to drop. Had to retreat once it was caught on the diving effort. Fastball finds the zone, evens it up at 1-1 with 1 out. John, the first baseman today, sporting the number 10 on their back. Rafferty checking that runner at second. Now the ball high there to bring it to 2-1. The Alaska team coming in with the white pants, the black jerseys, green Cougs on the front with the yellow lining with the green-yellow colors that they're sporting. Rebels with the Runnin' Rebels logo across the chest, red jerseys. 2-1 is a ground to the right side. Maselli has it in the glove, goes to first for the easy out. Runners do advance to second and third. There is 2 gone now, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play there by Maselli, the second baseman. He had to range quite a bit to his left, but understanding that he's only got about a 15-foot throw, takes his time, makes a good firm throw over. But it's a pretty good at-bat there as it moves both the runners in scoring position. Now a base hit scores 2.
Colton Durham up with 2 outs, trying to score those 2 runners, as you mentioned. Still batting from the right side. Watches the first pitch fastball for strike 1. You mentioned it, but Rafferty does have a pretty good zip to that fastball. Wasn't able to find the zone early in this inning, but from now on has been really hitting it there as the batter was not yet in the box when Rafferty had kind of gotten into his motion. So time was called to basically let the pace of play be set. Foul tipped right back in the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. I'd like to think that if I had my glove and there was no fence, I'd catch it. Odds are I'd have a big bruise on my leg. 0-2 to Durham. Fouled straight up and straight back out of play. Goes into the softball field behind us. Count remains 0-2 with 2 outs. There's 2 runners on and a really big AB here for Jake Rafferty early in the top of the first.
Absolutely. If you can dance out of this jam without allowing a run, that's huge momentum to your side before you bat.
0-2. Fastball just low. 1-2.
Doing a much better job after the second at-bat of the game, locating that fastball down in the zone.
See if he comes back with a breaking ball. I've seen very few of those in this first inning. Sticks with the fastball, stays high, 2-2 now.
It's a really good take right there, as that pitch did not miss by much, but missed enough to get the ball.
2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Rafferty looking to get out of the jam here in the top of the first. Outside count goes full. 3-2 here. Standing on deck is Cash Stuckey. Just outside, a nice snag there behind the plate by Martindale to keep it in front of him. And we're quickly going to have a mound visit here, it looks like. 6-pitch walk to Durham.
Really good at bat. Fell behind early in the count, battled all the way back. One thing that we should mention is that the backstop here is the ball has been pretty springy off the backstop.
Yeah, they have the concrete wall, but as we noted last game, it sounds like there's a plywood base behind home plate to where it's not going to bounce off as hard. Still going to be a bouncer more than most places you would see, but not as much as if it was concrete all the way along and did not have that plywood in front of it.
Yeah, we talked about the last at-bat being a big one. Right here, bases loaded, 2 outs, first inning. This could really, you know, kind of set the tone for the way this game goes with this at-bat.
Cash Stuckey with the bases loaded, and Jake Rafferty on the mound. First pitch, breaking ball away, 1-0. Rafferty, long hold, the pitch home. Fastball finds the bottom right corner for strike 1.
It's a great pitch right there. It's a pitch that's, as a pitcher, that's your best friend, down and away, fastball at the knees.
1-1 count here, runner at every base, the pitch. Strike number 2 with the fastball. Inside part. And now Stuckey got a battle here with a 1-2 count. Just stays alive as he fouls off the 1-2.
Got ahead 1-2 the last at-bat and lost him. See if he's a little bit more aggressive in the zone.
Had a single, a hit by pitch, a fly out, a ground out, and a walk. So 2 outs with the bases loaded and a 1-2 count again. That's tipped foul.
And you can see right there on that last foul ball the dilemma that the turf brings. You know, last game, the game-winning RBI was a ball pounded into the ground like that skipped over the first baseman's head.
1-2. Again, pounded into the ground. Rafferty off the mound with the glove over to Maltby at first. And they get out of the jam. Bases are left stranded for the running Rebels. And the Cougars will be up when we come back. Bottom of the first coming up. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional is brought to you by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready, and we'll be right back here from Billings, Montana.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back here to Billings, Montana. Jace Andrews, Aaron Poling bringing you the 2024 Northwest Regional. Let's get you the starting lineups for the Service Anchorage Cougars as they'll be up here in the bottom half of this inning. Leading off, it's the third baseman, Rylan Nicolaius. He'll be batting in that leadoff spot. Batting second, it's the second baseman, Chase Maselli. And then the 3-hole, it's the pitcher, Jake Rafferty. Hunter Christian, the shortstop, will be the cleanup role today. And then in the 5-hole, it's the left fielder, Colby Jensen, followed by Andrew Hickman, the center fielder, who will bat in the 6th slot. Trevor Maltby in the 7th slot playing right field. Trey Maltby, the first baseman, in the 8-hole. And then Landon Martindale, the catcher, will round out the order and bat in the 9th slot. The fielding alignment here for the Running Rebels coming after this pitch, as it's going to be Elias Blackhawk on the mound. First pitch swinging, first pitch base hit. Ryland gets on with a single, and Anchorage starts off their first inning with a single just like the Rebels did.
Yeah, I guess why wait around? You get a good fastball to attack. It's a great swing right there. As a hitting coach, right back up the middle, you can't be much more happier than that swing.
Hudson John at first base, Garrett Keller at second, Christian Alvarico at third, and the shortstop, Colton Durham, for the Runnin' Rebels. We'll get to the outfield in just a moment here as it's Chase Maselli at the plate, batting from the left-hander's batting box. Looks to bunt, pulls it back, goes under the catcher, and an easy steal of the bag on the pass ball for Rylan Nicolai.
Well, 2 pitches in for Service. We talked about in the top half inning for Pocatello. Inning couldn't have started any better for Service right here. I mean, you get a first pitch single, and now that runner's already over second base. Let's see if they still keep that sacrifice bunt on.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second base here for the Cougars. Maselli at the plate. Looks to bunt again, gets it down left side. Maselli's got speed. They're going to have to throw over to first. They get it in time as they do advance the runner to third, though. So it's a sack bunt for Chase Maselli to bring up Jake Rafferty, the pitcher, trying to help himself out. Just want to finish off the defensive alignment here. The outfield from left to right for the Runnin' Rebels. It's Cash Stuckey in left, Cutter Stuckey in center, and Preston Foltz in right. Elias Blackhawk here on the mound, throwing balls and strikes to Gunnar Wilhelm. And right now he'd like a couple strikes. First pitch in the turf, block at the plate. Nicely handled by Wilhelm. Rafferty at the plate now as he was on the mound and got out of that bases loaded jam in the top half. Starts the swing but doesn't do too much with it and holds it up for a 2-0 count now.
Yeah, if you're Blackhawk, you don't have to fire a strike. You walk a batter, not the worst thing in the world.
He finds the strike zone there as a check swing held up by Rafferty. It's a strike called, 2-1.
And I say that because if you get the ground ball with the turf, you're more likely to turn the double play.
In the turf, and a nice block by Wilhelm once again. Had that pass ball that advanced Nicolai to second base, and now he stands off third with potentially the first run of the game for Alaska. Fastball finds the zone, full count.
See what Blackhawk goes with. That base open at first. I think he's going to spin up a breaking ball right here.
Full count, the windup, a chopper. Runner coming home. They only have one play to first. Durham snags it, and the pick at first by John is excellent. But Anchorage strikes first as the Cougars get a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
It's a good at-bat right there, understanding the situation. High chopping ground ball. Not ever going to have a play at home there. It's still a pretty good play by the Running Rebels on both ends, being able to pick the ball on the grounder as well as picking the ball over at first.
Give the run to Nicolai, give the RBI to Rafferty, and now it's Hunter Christian taking a ball for the first pitch he sees in this tournament. 2 outs now. And there's the first strike of this AB to Christian, the shortstop.
That's a good fastball at the knees. Let's see if Blackhawk settles in. We saw that in game 1.
In the turf. Yeah, the 2 runs that Cheyenne scored against Eugene starter came in the top of the first inning, and then after that, zeros. Quickly working on the ground, in and out of the third baseman's glove, Alvarico. He's going to have to fire to first. It's too late. Probably going to be an error there on the third baseman, Alvarico, as it kind of bounced in and out of the glove. We'll wait for the official scoring. Looks like it's going to be a hit. No, it's an error.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. If you asked Alvarico, I'm sure he's going to say that he should have had that one.
E5 puts Christian at first. Colby Jensen, now the batter at the plate, as the Cougars try and add an extra run onto their already 1-0 lead here. Outside, 1-0.
And the big thing with errors is that's going to force your pitcher to throw extra pitches, and depending on your plan, that could really alter how far Blackhawk can go in the game.
Christian off first. And that's in the turf and gets away. Christian's going to try and take second. The throw is a nice one, and he is tagged out. A great play at the plate by Wilhelm. Snags down the runner Christian, trying to advance on the pass ball. He's cut down, but the Cougars get one run. They're leading 1-0 as we head to the second inning. It's the Runner Rebels' turn to respond. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional is brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready. We'll be right back here from Billings, Montana on mylocalradio.com.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Back here in Billings, Montana, Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling in this Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services production of the 2024 American Legion Northwest Regional. Back on the mound, it's Jake Rafferty to face 7, 8, 9 here after straining the bases loaded in the top of the first. First pitch swinging, it's fouled off on the left side by Christian Alvarico, also known as Lana. Relatively a quick inning there for the Runner Rebels in the bottom of the first. It was just they had a run come across the score for Anchorage. 0-1. And that's going to be in the turf away.
I mean, if you look at the pitch counts, Blackhawk threw 13. This is going to be pitch 31 for Rafferty, and, you know, that's why getting out of that jam was big.
Fastball doesn't find the zone. 2-1. And Rafferty has good stuff. He's just been unable to find the strike zone thus far, at least consistently. Finds it there, evens the count up at 2-2.
It's been effectively wild, and as a batter, you know, sometimes the ball's going all over the place. It's hard to just lock in.
Third baseman Alvarico at the plate. A ground ball left side. Christian has it. Gloves and fires over to first to Trey Maltby for out number 1 in the top of the second.
Nice job right there. Fielding, firing, collecting the out. And, you know, a lot of at this point, the teams that are going to play good defense, there should be good defense all around, but teams that play that defense just a little bit more, you know, you think back to the first inning, the dive and catch, if that's not made, a run probably scores.
Oh, maybe even a couple more, because that changes the whole aspect of the inning. Cutter Stuckey cups up. The center fielder takes the strike. Stuckey, the second Stuckey we've seen in this game. Cash, his brother, batting in the 6th slot. Grounded out to in the top of the first. An 0-2 count here to Cutter. Rafferty, big right-hander comes set. Just high with that, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A pretty good 0-2 pitch with the high fastball. See if he can get Stuckey reaching for it. 1-2. And that's hit into the air. Foul territory left side. Looks like there's room. Nicolay has it, the third baseman, and there's 2 gone in the inning.
It's a pretty good play there, understanding how much room you have between yourself and the fence. As you can see, he was kind of tiptoeing around the warning track, but still able to concentrate enough to make the play.
Quickly 2 outs in the inning in the 9 slot. Preston Fultz up to try and extend this inning and get back to the top of the order. Elias Blackhawk swings to the fastball, and I'm telling you, if Rafferty can continue to find the zone, he's going to have a pretty good shot at kind of working backwards from that 28 pitch first inning. This is his 40th pitch coming up with an 0-1 count. Breaking ball finds the zone. I'm telling you, even that breaking ball has some pop to it.
And if he can get out of it here, he kind of regulates his pitch count a bit.
0-2. Inside, it nicks him, and he'll take first base. Fultz kind of reached the shoulders out of the way, but it got his jersey. Umpire called it right away, and even from right behind home plate, we could hear just that touch of the jersey.
Well, that's big to get that runner on now. You know, Blackhawk at the plate had a pretty good swing his first at bat. See if he can get a little 2-out rally going.
First pitch, a breaking ball that finds the zone. Well, in here, if you're the Runner Rebels, you have a choice. You can try and see if you can send Fultz, get him to second base. I mean, the worst that happens is you're leading off with your leadoff hitter on the top of the third. Obviously want to do everything you can with the runners you get on base. Blackhawk will foul that one off to make it 0-2.
Yeah, especially now with 2 strikes.
Yeah, not going to do it now. I think if the count had gone a different way, we could have seen a play on, though. 2 outs in this inning. The runner off first, Fultz, after being hit by the pitch. He'll take off. The ball is away, and it's mishandled by the catcher, Martindale. Well, don't listen to us. Still in bag for Fultz, and a runner in scoring position for Blackhawk with a 1-2 count. Rafferty tries to get around that 2-out hit by pitch. Doesn't find the zone there with the breaking ball. Count evened up at 2-2. With a base hit, Fultz would probably try and score and tie this game up. Rafferty's pitch. A chopper fouled on the left field line. A nice play over again by the coaching box over at third base.
Yeah, with the hit by pitch now, all the way up to 45 pitches, and that's kind of the difference when 0-2, you get ahead of a batter, and you know, you kind of let him off the hook by hitting him. He's trying to come high and tight with a fastball to set something up, but that's kind of the risk you run when you go inside.
Bouncer. Shortstop Christian has it. Goes to first with Trey Maltby. And there is the 3rd out. So Rafferty works around that 2-out hit by pitch. And we go to the bottom of the 2nd with Alaska trying to add to their 1-0 lead. We'll be right back here from Billings, Montana. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament is brought to you by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services, as they've been doing that since 1982. We are ready. Right back here from Billings, Montana.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Welcome back here to Billings, Montana, as it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 for the Anchorage Cougars, Service Anchorage. Jace Sanders alongside Aaron Poling for this 2024 Northwest Regional. First pitch foul tipped into the mitt, and you're seeing this Anchorage team be very, very aggressive. First pitch swinging out a single in the top of the, or rather bottom of the first inning. Now here in the bottom of the 2nd, you see Colby Jensen go after the first pitch. From the windup here, it's Blackhawk on the mound, working in his 2nd inning. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, and you know, Blackhawk's been around the zone, so if you get a fastball to your liking, it's in your happy zone, might as well take a rip at it.
Colby Jensen, Andrew Hickman, and Trevor Maltby, the 3 batters up. Fastball away, tried to get the swing and miss from Jensen. He doesn't bite, 1-2.
I don't mind that 0-2 pitch. You don't ever want to give him anything too good to hit 0-2.
He swings at that one, and they're going to say he was out. So clean catch at the plate by Wilhelm and a strikeout there. First of the day for Elias Blackhawk.
Yeah, that fastball sets up that breaking ball right there. And it's kind of coming from the same tunnel. Looks like the same pitch until it just completely falls out off the table. It's a great pitch there from Blackhawk.
Remember, Jensen was left at the plate last inning after the caught stealing. That's going to hit the batter, Andrew Hickman. First pitch breaking ball slips out of the hand of Elias Blackhawk, and there's a runner on first.
Yeah, it looked like that took a piece of the entire trio standing by the plate on the way through, as that ball ended up about 15 feet up the backstop after it hit the batter, catcher, and then the umpire.
Now it's the Maltbys, Trevor and Trey to bat. Trevor first here, Trey on deck. Hickman off first base, pickoff attempt. He'll slide back in safely. Maltby, a notable name through the Anchorage area. Sean Maltby, the general manager of the Anchorage Bucks. Actually playing in the Alaska Baseball League Championship right now, or not right now, but later today. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 1.
Yeah, you know a little about that league, don't you?
Yeah, I called
Maybe
the Bucks last summer.
Yeah.
Called the Bucks last summer with Drake Tolles. That was fun, but
it's kind of funny how everything comes full circle.
It does. 0-1 here to Trevor Maltby, and it's a little inside. Yeah, I don't know the official relation if this is Sean's nephews, sons. I know Dylan Maltby plays for the Bucks. Played last year, back on the roster this year, and in the championship series. 1-1. Just a tad outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, last year they were cut down in the first of the playoffs rounds by the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Gosh dang, they had the Bucks number, but this year not so much. Pickoff attempt, sliding back safely is Hickman. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Trevor Maltby, the right fielder. Service Anchorage trying to get an extra run on the board, already with a 1-0 lead. And the fastball finds the zone, 2-2.
Perfect fastball down and away, especially in a 2-0 count. The batter knows it's coming, but if you're able to locate, you can still get yourself back even with the count, just like Blackhawk did right there.
Runner goes. Breaking ball. Inside, they're going to let him take it. Stolen bag for Hickman.
Chose a pretty good pitch to run on. If you're going to choose to run on a pitch, obviously you want the off-speed one right there. Curveball's kind of hung inside. Makes it a real tough throw for Wilhelm behind the plate.
The 3-2 coming to Trevor Maltby with Trey Maltby on deck. (3-2). Foul tipped. He stays alive. The catcher couldn't hold on to it. Wilhelm.
That's a good job by Maltby at the plate, just getting a piece of that breaking ball. A pretty good 3-2 breaking ball.
I think the signs got mixed up there because as soon as that pitch came in, Wilhelm kind of threw up his arms like, was that what I was expecting? And obviously may have read the situation wrong, but it didn't seem like that was what he was wanting.
And you know, when a runner gets to second base, it's never a bad time for the catcher to go out there and just make sure you're on the same page, especially with some of the velocities we've seen in this tournament. You get a fastball expecting a curveball, it's a helpless feeling as a catcher.
3-2 once again. Strike 3 called. Bottom corner of the zone, and there's 2 outs. Second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of the day for Elias Blackhawk. This one looking.
It's a fastball at the very bottom of the zone. Really good pitch right there. If you're everyone on the field, you got to keep that in your memory bank, especially on the mound. If you can find a way to dot that pitch and keep throwing that pitch, you're going to be real tough to hit.
Trey Maltby now up. He watches the first pitch low for ball 1. He had a ball in his back pocket that first pitch as he pulls it out, hands it to the umpire. Home plate umpire Cole Pryor takes it willingly. 1-0. Blackhawk checks the runner and fires a fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, it would have been a nice surprise if he had to slide.
Go sliding in the second on a double, and you're like, what's that?
Yeah. The ground bit me.
The ground bit me. 1-0. Excuse me, 1-1. Little chopper right up the middle. Second baseman Keller has it there. Goes easily to first to John, and he gets the 3rd out of the inning. So it's a hit by pitch for Andrew Hickman, but he's left stranded at second base. We head to the 3rd. Service Anchorage still on top, 1-0 here in this Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services presentation of the 2024 American Legion Northwest Regional.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Jace Andrews, Aaron Poling here, bringing you Game 2 of the 2024 Northwest American Legion Regional. And it's going to be a 1-0 lead here for Anchorage Service as they will go into the Uinta I Envision third inning.
Yeah, on the mound, Ratcliffe's really settled in. And, you know, if you continue to settle in, he had the one hit by pitch. But, you know, you get ahead 0-2 and one just slips out trying to go in and tight. You know, it's a purpose pitch. It just happens sometimes. And, you know, he had that really strenuous first inning. But since then, he's kind of reined it in. And it's good to see for Service.
Second time through the order here for the Pocatello Running Rebels as they'll face Jake Rafferty for the second time.
You can tell he's rearing to go. It's about the fourth or fifth time we've had to stop play because he's getting set before the batter's in the box.
Garrett Keller fouls the first pitch he sees here in his second AB. He was hit by a pitch in the first. He was then left stranded at second base in that bases loaded stranding in the top half of the first inning. Rafferty last inning only faced 4 batters. A chopper, will it stay fair? It won't down the third base line, and there's 0-2 now.
That's a good job right here on the mound. Ratcliffe just getting ahead of the batter, ahead 0-2. Batter's kind of at the pitcher's mercy.
I want to welcome you in here to, again, the Uinta I Envision third inning, where our vision is to improve yours. Garrett Keller with a hit by a pitch in the first, now facing Jake Rafferty with an 0-2 count in his second AB. Rafferty gets the sign, comes set. Now the pitch home. Bounced up there and tipped at the glove by Martindale for ball 1.
It's not a bad 0-2 pitch. See if you can get him fishing. That breaking ball is going to make that fastball look even quicker coming to the plate.
1-2. Strike 3 called. First strikeout of the day on the Alaska side for Jake Rafferty. Garrett Kelly sit down. Another Gunnar Wilhelm will step into the box.
Yeah, Keller just couldn't pull the trigger right there. As you know, when you switch speeds on a batter, you go back to the hard stuff. It seems to get on you. It feels like about a half or a tenth of a second quicker.
Gunnar Wilhelm, his first time, flew out to the left fielder on that diving play made by Jensen. He takes a strike on the first pitch here in the third.
Yeah, it's kind of a momentum changer, as it looked like Pocatello was going to take an early lead on that fly ball. Instead, he makes the play. They shut the door. Now suddenly, Service up 1-0.
0-1. Fastball swung right through there by Wilhelm.
Yeah, it looked like Wilhelm with that swing was trying to change the scoreboard. And
he was trying to tie this game up with that. He knows that the speed of Rafferty is intimidating, but if you hit the bat in the right spot with it, it's going to help it go a longer way. Rafferty again goes outside of the zone and has it bounced on that left side of the batter's box. Brings the count to 1-2. Sees what he goes with here. breaking ball that just ties Wilhelm in knots right there as he had to hold up, as expecting the fastball, swings through it for strikeout number 2. And we didn't see a strikeout at all. And then the bottom of the second, we saw 2. Now here in the top of the third, the first 2 outs come via the K for Rafferty.
Yeah, that was a really good breaking ball. That was probably his best one of the day. Starts about thigh high, breaks out of the zone. Tough to lay off of. When
you're expecting that fastball, you got to be reared up and ready for it as Hudson John fouls it off into the Anchorage dugout. And especially with the way that Rafferty comes home, I can't really tell a difference between what is the fastball and breaking ball out of the hand, which is a very key tool to have. 0-2 now after that one, especially at this level because, I mean, these guys are athletes. They're looking for any way to try and tell what the pitch is out of the hand. That release point is so key. 0-2 looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Again goes away. That's the third time this, catcher couldn't grab that ball as it bounces off the plywood out into the infield. This is the third time in this 3 ABs where he's had an 0-2 count and then throws that fastball in the left-hander's batting box just to see if he'll get a swing. Nobody bit, at least thus far.
Yeah, and then both times he's come back with the breaking ball. The only issue, though, is he throws so hard you can't just sit breaking ball because if you do get the fastball, you're in trouble.
1-2 to Hudson John. He continues with that fastball as he goes outside with it a little bit closer to the zone, but still a ball, 2-2. Will he go breaking ball here? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now he hits him with the fastball, and Hudson John will take first base.
Yeah, that's really the only knock on Ratcliffe's start so far as he's hit 3 batters. And, you know, he's done 2 of them now with 2 strikes, and as a pitcher, that's kind of frustrating just because you have the pitcher behind, you have them where you want them, and then you kind of let them off the hook with the fastball that catches just enough of John to allow him to go to first base.
Colton Durham steps up. He was walked his first time. He was the runner at first in the top of the first when they had the bases loaded, were unable to get any runs across, and once again Rafferty a little bit too quick on the mound. 1 ball, no strikes. Durham at the shortstop position for the running Rebels. It's the 5 slot here. Pitches away, 2-0, and you can see Rafferty here at 61 pitches. Obviously the speed's still there, but it slowly starts to creep up. The fatigue factor is going to come into play.
Yeah, especially 61 over 3 innings.
Finds the zone, but it's fouled away off the right side out of play by Durham. 2-1.
You know, the Rebels don't have any runs yet. They have a couple of base runners, but one thing they have done a good job of is forcing Rafferty to use some pitches.
Rafferty checking that runner at first. Comes home. Fastball just off the side. 3-1. You don't want to let this inning get away from you. You started off so well. 2 strikeouts on an 0-2 count on Hudson John. Hit him with a pitch, and now a 3-1 count on Colton Durham. Throws it away, and there's ball number 4. Runners off first and second now.
Yeah, I like this mound visit right here.
You could tell Rafferty getting a little frustrated with himself. It's a nice time to go out there, calm down, let him know, hey, man, you got 2 outs, and you've been relatively complete this entire game with the way you've been pitching.
Yeah, he did it in the first inning. Same thing, came out, was able to settle in, got the next 2 outs, and there's a couple magic words that you have as a coach to really just rein your pitcher back in. And
now getting a little bit of instructions here as it's going to be the third base umpire Craig Mills out there talking to the pitcher and head coach, discussing something with the way that he's having his pitching form.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll ever know.
The only thing that I could think about is the way he's been coming home so quickly and how it's kind of interrupting the pace of play in some aspects as he's on the bump before the batter is in the box, which is causing the home plate umpire, Cole Pryor, to have to kind of stop the game real quick. Obviously, we'll never know, though. 2 outs in the inning, runners off first and second, and Kastuki at the plate grounded out to end the bottom, or rather top of the first. Fastball just away, 0-1, or excuse me, 1-0. Stuckey trying to redeem himself, had the 2-out ground out and left the bases loaded. Base hit here could tie this game up. Again away, 2-0. You can tell Rafferty still with that frustration trying to find the strike zone here. Had 2 quick outs, since then a hit by pitch and a walk. Now 2-0 here. Finds the zone with the fastball on the pipe, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good job getting back into the count. We talked
68 pitches coming here. There's a balk called, and that may have been what they were discussing, is mentioning the balk, and guess what? That advances both Hudson John and Colton Durham.
Yeah, so it's kind of a rhythm pitcher, and we see this more and more in the MLB, where when you're coming set, they tap, 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 come set for a split second and go, trying to gather that rhythm.
He never stopped. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, come set this time. Ground ball past the diving Trey Maltby. 1 run will come across the scoring John. Colton Durham right behind him. The throw is late. The running Rebels, a 2-1 advantage now.
And right there, the balk becomes a big play in that inning, as now, instead of being up 1-0, it's now 2-1. The running Rebels have battled their way back into this one.
2 RBI single from Cash Stuckey. He comes through this time. Christian Alvarico now steps up with the runner at first, and all this with 2 outs. Runner thought about taking off. Bunt was out there. It's a strike called. As Pocatello gets the lead here in the top of the 3rd.
Judging by body language, I think the runner was supposed to be off of that pitch. A couple of dejected-looking running Rebels on the near side.
Strike called. 0-2. Alvarico grounded out back to lead off the top of the 2nd. Now here in the top of the 3rd, but the runner at first. He takes off. Strike called. That runner doesn't matter as it's a strikeout. He strikes out 3 in the inning, but 2 runs come across to score. And Alaska now down 2-1 to Pocatello. We'll be right back here on this Uinta iEnvision 3rd inning, as this is the American Legion Northwest Regional presented by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back here to the Uinta iEnvision 3rd inning, where our vision is to improve yours. And Alaska back at the plate, this time down for the first time today after the 2 runs came across to score in the top half, as they are now down by 1, 2-1 on the scoreboard. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling. First pitch to the 9-hole, Landon Martindale, who is seeing Elias Blackhawk for his first time, 1-0. Fastball finds the zone here to the lefty.
This is a big batter for the makeup of the inning. If the 9-hole hitter can get on and your leadoff guys can bat with runners on, your team becomes that much deeper.
1-1 is chopped off home plate, 1-2 now. Goes just foul on the Pocatello, or just near the Pocatello dugout. From the windup, the 1-2 from Blackhawk. Check swing, but a nice hold up there from Martindale. Breaking ball that just dropped out of the zone.
It's a great two-strike pitch. It's a great take from Martindale.
The 2-2 coming. Line drive on a nice diving grab by Keller at second. Gets it to first, but the hop goes over the head of Hudson John. And getting back to first is going to be Landon Martindale. An extraordinary effort there from Keller to stop that ball on a hop. But the pick just bounced over the head of John, and that's where the turf comes into play. The bounce was way higher than Hudson John at first expected.
So the Running Rebels are practicing that during their infield before the game, where to throw the ball to get a good hop for your first baseman. That one got in a little too tight on him, kind of handcuffed him, as that was a real tough pick as that ball kind of bounced up and almost got.
That's ruled an error. So the second of the game for Pocatello. Foul balled on the third base line by the batter, Rylan Nicolay. He's back up at the plate. He singled and came around to score. He is the only run thus far in the game for Service.
Yeah, he's going to see more pitches in this at bat as he smacked that single on the first pitch.
Runner off first, Martindale with nobody out. And that's hit high and deep into left field, sending Stuckey back. He looks up, but he can only watch. It's a 2-run bomb for Rylan Nicolay, and Alaska grabs the lead right back, 3-2.
What a swing right there to the just over the left field fence. As now we talked about that 9-hole at bat being important. He got on, and don't look now. He's now the tying run as the go-ahead run touches the plate.
We talked about the fencing being a little bit shorter in the left field and right field sides at this park, and that one, it may have come up big as it just snuck over that left field wall, and a big home run from Rylan Nicolay there as giving Service back the lead of a 2-run shot, 3-2. Second home run of the Northwest Regional we've seen. Chase Maselli now will step up. Had a sac bunt his first time, fouls off this pitch.
And that's an interesting at-bat for Blackhawk on the mound. How do you respond after giving up a go-ahead home run?
The wind-up pitch to Maselli. Inside a bit low as well. Count evened at 1-1. Maselli, again, had that sac bunt in the first inning, which proved dividends as it came around and had the first run of the game for Rylan Nicolay to come home. Bounced the plate, 2-1. And for Elias Blackhawk now for Pocatello, you got to settle back in. And you mentioned it in the prior game, Aaron, but it's really important to see how that next batter goes after a home run. The 2-1. Tad outside, 3-1. One pitch. Finds the zone to even or get the count to full.
It's a really good job. If you want to come into a lefty, you have to make sure you get the ball all the way in. Blackhawk does that, paints the black on the inside corner.
Strike 3 called. A nice pitch from Blackhawk to Maselli as he gets the batter on the strikeout after the home run.
That's a pretty good response right there, especially falling behind 3-0, just shaking it off and getting right back into the count. You get that fastball in the outside corner. Now suddenly you're 2 outs away from trying to go back and get that lead again.
Jake Rafferty will step in. Had an RBI ground out his first time up and takes a strike on the first pitch he sees here from Blackhawk.
Yeah, Blackhawk wants to go quickly, but he almost went too quickly. His third baseman had to scamper back while the pitch was coming.
Bounced up at the plate there, 1-1. And I think both of these pitchers, Rafferty at the plate, who's on the mound for Alaska, and Blackhawk, who you see pitching now, are rhythm pitchers. They like to get in a rhythm and keep it. Breaking ball, doesn't get the swing, 2-1. Strike called, 2-2.
That's a fastball after back-to-back curveballs, and we talked about on the other side, it makes that fastball a little bit quicker. It's a little bit harder to time up after seeing multiple curveballs.
The 2-2 is bounced up there, so it goes to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
But the catch-22 to that is when you throw multiple curveballs, the batter's able to pick it up just a little bit better each time.
Outside for ball 4, Rafferty works the walk. He'll be on with the next batter, Hunter Christian, up.
It's a good at-bat there from Rafferty. We didn't really get a ton to hitting that at bat and just taking what's given to you, as you got a couple of really nasty curveballs to get the 2 strikes and then was able to battle the walkout.
First pitch to Christian is a ground ball. Easy double play, 6-4-3. And it's just how you draw it out for the Pocatello Running Rebels. Durham to Keller to John. 2 outs on 1 hit, but 2 runs across on 1 hit as well. It's 3-2. We go to the 4th. This has been the Uinta I Envision 3rd inning. We're right back here in this American Legion Northwest Regional presented by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services.
At Blacks Fork Dental, we're not just a dental office, we're a family. We believe in inspiring lasting smiles, and that means welcoming patients of all ages. From the littlest smiles to the wisest grins, our team is here to provide gentle and caring dental care for your entire family. Our warm and friendly atmosphere will make you and your kids feel right at home, ensuring every visit is a positive one. At our office, we use the latest technology to provide top-notch care for your family's dental needs, from x-rays to crowns, clear correct to implants, or even dentures. Blacks Fork Dental, where advanced technology meets compassionate care. Join our dental family today by scheduling at blacksforkdental.com.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back here to Billings, Montana. The 4th inning coming your way from the Game 2 of the 2024 Northwest Regional here for American Legion. It's going to be 8-9-1 here to bat for the Pocatello Running Rebels in this 4th inning. They had the lead for about 8 pitches into the bottom of the 3rd inning before a 2-run shot from the Alaska leadoff hitter Rylan Nicolay gives the lead right back to Service. 3-2 our score heading to the 4th.
This is a big inning out in the field for Service. You want to try to get back in the dugout with the lead. Once you get the lead, if you can shut the other team down, get back to the dugout feeling a little mojo on your side.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning, center fielder number 12, Cutter Stuckey.
Cutter Stuckey will step up, popped out to the 3rd baseman back in the 2nd in his first AB. 71 pitches on the board for Jake Rafferty. We'll see how long the right-hander is out there. Obviously 105 the limit. Fastball outside. Stipulation with that 105 is he'll be gone for the rest of the tournament. And with that 105, you can finish the batter when you get to that 105 pitch. It's not a hard deadline. Doesn't find the zone there. It's 2-0. And I'm telling you, Rafferty's stuff is good. The one knock is just being able to find the strike zone. At times it struggled. Struck out the first 2 batters at the top of the 3rd, though. Finds the zone here for the first time in the 4th. 2-1.
But, you know, that can kind of work against a hitter, too. If the pitcher doesn't really know where it's going, it's hard as a hitter to know where it's going, too.
Away. 3-1.
Effectively wild, especially with the velocity that Rafferty throws to, is a dangerous combination.
Finds the zone, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And when he's finding the zone, too, it's not like he's just finding the middle of the plate. He's still dotting pitches down and away.
3-2 here. Foul at the plate by Stuckey. Cutter trying to match the other Stuckey in the lineup, Cash, who had a 2 RBI single in the 3rd. He's looking to get a single for himself and start off this top of the 4th off well for the Running Rebels. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Just like the 3rd, a strikeout starts the inning for Jake Rafferty. It's his 4th of the game, and the last 4 outs all recorded for Jake Rafferty via the K.
Yeah, it's been
second one in a row looking.
That's been a pitch that's been called all day. So if you're the hitters, you have to adjust in the box.
Preston Foltz will now step in. Takes the first pitch strike. He had an 0-2 count in the top of the 2nd before he was hit by a pitch. Stole second base, was left stranded there. Foul tipped, a nice little pitch there from Rafferty. Had the inside breaking ball.
Yeah, that's some sharp bite to it. As that pitch looks like it's about to be belt high on the inner third. It just broke away from the bat.
0-2. Popped, foul territory. It's going to go out of play over the third base dugout. Elias Blackhawk stands on deck. He's the last guaranteed batter of this inning. 83rd pitch coming. Cut and missed. How about 5 straight strikeouts for outs for Jake Rafferty?
Yeah, he's really starting to settle in. And, you know, some of the extra pitches he's thrown have been after where he dots a couple of fastballs on the outside corner and then he hits a batter. Where it's little unfortunate things like that that have kind of driven that pitch count up.
Elias Blackhawk at the plate. First pitch fastball finds the zone for strike 1. Now this is where things went awry last inning for Rafferty. He struck out the first 2 in the top of the third as well. After that, though, a hit by a pitch, a walk, and then a 2 RBI single, well, at the time gave the lead to Pocatello. Not messing around here. Quickly 0-2. Once again, though, we had the 0-2 count on Hudson John when he was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, just got to execute if you're Rafferty. Continue to execute. You've done a good job doing it the first 2 pitches.
Continues that trend of having the 0-2 pitch be in the left-hander's batting box. As throughout the game, that's going to set up some other pitches. Of course, he's at 86 now here in the top of the 4th. Foul tipped there at the plate, almost grabbed by Martindale, which would have retired the side.
That's a good job there by Blackhawk. That was another fastball that was almost perfect on the outside corner. Just trying to get rid of that one, staying alive.
This is the 3rd time through the order, and that is where things can start to kind of change up for the pitcher. Staying alive at the plate is Blackhawk.
Yeah, seeing that pitcher the 3rd time, you know, you get a feel for his stuff, and now you kind of know how he's pitching you. And as a hitter, each time you see a pitcher, the advantage goes your way.
On the ground, another one to the shortstop, Christian, who fires on to Trey Maltby for out number 3. And it's the first 1-2-3 inning at a time that he needed. Jake Rafferty gets 2 strikeouts and a ground out. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Anchorage trying to add to their 1-run lead. We'll be right back here to this presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional, brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready, and we'll be right back here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
When you want all the amenities, a wonderful restaurant, and clean, comfortable rooms in Evanston, stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Whether you're in town for high school sports, on a business trip, or traveling with the whole family, book your stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. It's a 5-star experience from the time you check in until you say goodbye till next time. The Best Western Dunmar Inn, supporting students and families in all their activities. Make your reservations today.
We're an hour into this one. We're also halfway home. We're through 3.5 as Alaska with the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Jace Andrews, Aaron Poley. First pitch to Colby Jensen from Elias Blackhawk is up high, 1-0. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 for Service Anchorage. A strikeout for Jensen his last time up. Breaks low, and a nice job by Jensen to not bite at it. 2-0.
You know, if you're Blackhawk on the mound, you're behind, but it's a little unfair. You've pitched pretty well. You've made basically one mistake.
Fly ball into right field. Is it going to be fair foul? It's going into foul territory and unable to grab it as Foltz, so it's just a long strike.
Yeah, not a lot of foul territory down that right field line. Is it kind of just quickly runs out of room where there's maybe 3 feet at the fence between the foul pole and the side fence.
Well, that's why when it was hit, I couldn't tell if it was going to go foul because there's just so little room. I knew it was going to stay in play, but just a long strike, 2-1. 2-2. Fastball on the pipe.
And if you're Blackhawk, though, you have to continue to put zeros on the board for your team. Just give yourself a better chance of coming back in this one.
Breaking ball right back to him, stabs it. Will jog over to first and flip it to John over there. Hudson John makes the grab, and quickly one gone here in the bottom of the fourth.
So far in the tournament, a theme that we've seen is pitchers fielding their positions, and you know, it played out big in the first game right there. Pretty good play there from Blackhawk, as he was in really good position. Made that play look a lot easier than what it is.
Yeah, we saw the Eugene pitcher catch a screamer right back at his head. Andrew Hickman, his second time up, he takes a strike on the first pitch he sees. Was hit by a pitch back in the second. The ball's one strike, the windup. Just low, 1-1. Speaking of pitch count for Rafferty, I want to talk about Elias Blackhawk here. He's at 58 with this one. Breaking ball beautifully dropped into the strike zone there, 1-2.
Yeah, well, Blackhawk's gotten ahead. He's done a little bit better of a job being able to put batters away in fewer pitches.
The 1-2. Fly ball into deep right field, sends Fultz back. He's at the warning track, and he makes the catch just in front of the fence for out number 2, and that's a great job by Fultz, backpedaling all the way to the track.
It's also a pretty good swing to go opposite way and had the ball caught on the warning track. That's pretty good power showing right there. Just missed that one a little bit.
Trevor Maltby will step in. Struck out looking his first time up. Fouls off the first pitch in this AB. 1 run in the bottom of the first for Anchorage, and then 2 for either side in the third here. That's where we stand, 3-2. As Trevor takes that one low, his brother Trey Maltby stands on deck. 1-1. Finds the zone, 1-2. Breaking ball again, beautifully laid in there. The 63rd pitch coming here for Elias Blackhawk. He's trying to make it the last one of the fourth. Great job there. Trevor Maltby just wanted to go, but he holds up the swing. Got 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, that was 3 straight curveballs. So let's see if we have him set up for the fastball on the inside part.
He goes with the fastball, but he goes up and away. 3-2. Got the first 2 outs quickly. Does not want to walk him here. Full count pitch. Ball 4. Trevor Maltby takes his bag.
It's good at bat right there from Maltby. Just understanding the situation. Pitcher has had a couple of really long innings. You want to give him some time to take a breath. You know, you have a good at bat like that. Now Rafferty can catch his breath a little bit more.
Second base on balls awarded by Elias Blackhawk in the day. First pitch swinging a line drive into right center field. Fultz coming on. He's not going to be able to get it. He slips momentarily, and now will get it in to hold Trevor Maltby at third as Trey Maltby gets a single on this third hit of the day for Anchorage.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The ball's on the outside part of the plate. You just take the pitch where it's thrown, go with it. Now, all of a sudden, you have an opportunity to add on to this lead with a base hit.
Cougars trying to produce a 2-out rally. Had Colby Jensen and Andrew Hickman go down in a ground out and a fly out to start the inning. Trevor Maltby walked. Trey Maltby has a line drive single into right center field. And now runners at the corners for Landon Martindale with 2 gone. Deep breath from Elias Blackhawk. Trey takes off, and he'll get to second without a throw as they're going to allow him to go.
And now, base hits to the outfield's probably going to score you 2.
Couple of Maltbys on the base pass. 2 outs. Martindale at the plate. Fastball there, 1-1.
It's a really good pitch on the inner third to get back into the count. That's where Blackhawk's gone to the curveball quite a bit.
1-1 here. Breaking ball finds the zone, and the prophet over there in Poling calls the curveball.
Yeah, just a little bit of a pattern, a time called.
Landon Martindale reached last inning on an error. He was the one on base for that 2-run shot by Rylan Nicolay.
Well, 2 straight conversation with the coach. I mean, it's worked for mound visits. See if that elixir will work at the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Landon Martindale. Trevor Maltby at third, Trey Maltby at second. Alaska already with a 1-run lead, trying to get some insurance here. Blackhawk shake off the first pitch, likes the second and comes home. Just fouled by Martindale.
That's a good job just getting a piece of that one. It's another example of the turf right there. Kind of similar situation in game 1 where one was put in play fair like that, where it bounced over the head of the infielder. So you have to be alert if you're on the infield, because that ball could explode in the air on you.
The 1-2 once again. Fastball up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
So
Martindale is the 9-hole. It's Rylan Nicolay on deck if they were to get to him.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where you almost have to play a ground ball like it's a pop-up and try to get back and get underneath it.
Well, and that's why getting on the hop is so important. And, you know, with the time-wise, you want to get there on that first hop, not the second or third. The 2-2 pitch from Blackhawk. Martindale grounds it to the right side. Keller, the second baseman, gloves, fires to John at first. And nice job by Elias Blackhawk. He works around the 2-out walk and single. Leaves 2 runners stranded at second and third. We go now to the 5th. Anchorage still with the lead, 3-2. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament is brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready. When we come back, it's going to be Pocatello in the 5th here on MyLocalRadio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back here to Billings, Montana. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling, bringing you this Game 2 of the 2024 Northwest American Legion Regional. And it's Jake Rafferty back on the mound, 88 pitches on the board, 105 is the limit, so he's got 17 to get through here in this 5th inning for Pocatello. And me and Aaron kind of talked about it throughout the break. This would be big for Alaska and Rafferty to get through this inning for him.
Yeah, the more outs you can get, obviously, the starter, the better. But, you know, with the pitch count driving up, if you can get to where you only have to get 6 outs with another pitcher, that puts you in a much, much better spot than trying to get 7.
It's the 2-hole Garrett Keller up, and the first pitch is away, 1-0.
Then that also means you navigated through the heart of the Pocatello lineup again, and that's going to be huge in a low-scoring game.
Keller, Wilhelm, and John, the batters. A line drive into right field. Trevor Maltby gets back, and he makes the catch. Originally started to come in, had to go and retreat for it. Makes the out, though, on the 90th pitch, and there's one gone here.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest plays as an outfielder, that line drive right at you. And it kind of feels sometimes just the way the ball comes off the bat at you. You want to run in on it, but the ball hangs up a little bit longer than you think it does. It's a good job by Maltby getting back.
Mentioned the heart of the order. This is the 3-hole Gunnar Wilhelm up. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. First pitch breaking ball there, and that's the first time we've seen that, I believe, all game 0-1. He's been fastball heavy on that first pitch.
That's a really good tendency breaker to the 3-hole hitter.
0-1 from Rafferty. Foul ticked. 0-2.
Pretty efficient so far for Rafferty. He's really settled in since that second inning.
Comes set. The pitch. Chopper, the third baseman. Nicolay has it, fires, and Maltby's just going to put the tag on him as it pulls him off the bag for out number 2.
That's a great job by Maltby. Coming off the bag, getting the ball, and then bracing for the tag. Instead of just reaching out with one hand, he put that offhand in the glove to make sure that ball was extra secure on the tag. As don't look now, we talked about just getting through the inning. If he can get this out right here, he might be able to get a couple outs in the next inning.
It's Hudson John. First pitch swinging, fouled off the right side out of play. Well, this was a similar situation in the third, as it was Keller to lead off, and he struck out. Wilhelm followed him with a strikeout, but then that was when a hit by pitch, a walk, and then a 2 RBI single came around. So now with 2 outs and Hudson John up, want to try and avoid that here for the outside 1-1.
Well, for Rafferty, it's just about executing through the inning. You know, sometimes you get to 2 outs, and as a starting pitcher, you feel like you can relax a bit, but, you know, still an out left, that damage can be done, so you just got to continue to execute.
1-1. Fastball doesn't find the zone, 2-1. Colton Durham stands on deck if he were to come up. Rafferty with his 97th pitch coming home. Fastball right down that right part of the zone for strike number 2.
It's a pretty good at bat here for Hudson John, seeing a few pitches. Now you got to get in protect mode.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He fouls it off, and again a nice play over there on the third base coaching box.
And he does just that. Every pitch that you can see is one more pitch that you're helping your team, especially with a pitcher as talented as Rafferty on the mound.
The 2-2 once again. Fouled straight back. Flinched again then, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's okay. Most people would.
It's a fence. Don't trust it.
The 100th pitch of the day for Rafferty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, foul down the right field line. It was a hard one, too, as it bounced off the fence and went into play in the left field. As it's going to be Trevor Maltby, the right fielder, to grab it and throw it back in.
It's an excellent at-bat here for Hudson John. I mean, if you can end it by getting on, that's going to be even better.
Just misses the zone there. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, now that was 101. You know, 3 more if you're Hudson John. If you can get on base, it's probably be the last inning.
Fouled off.
This is an incredible at-bat for Hudson John.
10th pitch of the AB coming up.
Yeah, he has fouled off some really tough pitches, too. Give Rafferty a lot of credit. He's executed a lot of pitches, just hasn't been able to get the out.
Check swing. Did he go? He did. It's a long AB, but it ends with a strikeout of Hudson John and Jake Rafferty. He goes through 5 innings. He's 103 pitches, as he's probably done there. He can go technically one more batter. We'll see what happens. Bottom of the 5th coming your way, though. Anchorage with the bats, trying to get a little bit of insurance on the board with the 3-2 advantage. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional is brought to you by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Visit readyyusa.com. We are ready.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Welcome back here to the 2024 Northwest Regional. Alaska on top of Idaho 3-2 as we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. We go back to the top of the order. That's going to be the 3rd time through the lineup for Service Anchorage. Rylan Nicolay.
He's really done the damage for this Anchorage team.
Singled, came around to score, and had a 2-run shot back his last time up. Watches a strike there. So of the 3 runs, he's scored 1 of them. He scored 2 of them, technically, and he has 2 RBI of them. Line drive, right center field. That's going to drop and head to the wall. Rounding first, he's going to try for 2. Stuckey in center field gets it in. It's just a double as he holds him up, and it's a leadoff double in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah. Everyone else watching this tournament that has to play in it still.
Yeah, watch him.
Might be the last at-bat he gets a couple of pitches to hit, as he's done incredible damage now officially. Triple away from the cycle.
I was just about to say, well, he's got a single, a double, and a homer. Jace Maselli will step up. Sack bunt and a strikeout. See what he does here, and may see the bunt on again, trying to get an insurance run. From the left side, taking his hacks. He puts the bunt out, pulls back, and takes the ball. Maselli had the sack bunt back in the 1st inning to advance Nicolay to the 3rd base bag.
Yeah, when you square to bunt and that fastball comes high and tight, that's a scary feeling.
1-0. Looks to bunt, pops it up, down the 3rd base line, goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to take off from the box before the ball is down. Right here, you're not trying to bunt for a hit. Everyone in the ballpark knows you're bunting. You're trying to get a sacrifice bunt down. You want to make sure that ball gets down, stay through the bunt. If you beat it out, that's gravy. But the most important thing is you want that runner at 2nd to be on 3rd by the end of your at-bat.
1 ball, 1 strike here. Anchorage leading 3-2, trying to get some insurance here in the bottom of the 5th. Checking on that runner is Blackhawk. Has the bunt out, pulling it back once again is Maselli.
Yeah, that's John over at first. He is charging hard. Looks like
they may try go 3.
It's an important run that they're trying to move over to 90 feet away.
Pulls back again, 3-1. When you have Jake Rafferty on deck, who has grounded out and walked, I'd wonder if Maselli gets on with a walk, if they try and keep the bunt on. He pulls back and he walks with that pitch, so we'll get to see what happens here for Anchorage. Runners at 1st and 2nd. And now we got time called as Pocatello's going to have a mound meeting here. And it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher on the mound. Alvarico head into the dugout. Don't know if that's going to be the end of the day for him, as it's going to be the glove tap there. I believe what we're going to see is a switch with Blackhawk going to 3rd and a new pitcher on the mound. We'll tell you who it is and the update on this as runners at 1st and 2nd. When we come back, a new pitcher for the Run Rebels. This is a presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament, brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are Ready. We'll be right back here on mylocalradio.com.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location, or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Let's stop into Mountain West Business Solutions to see what Randy and the team are up to today. Randy is printing out testimonials from satisfied customers. Let's see what some of them say.
Bar none, the best customer service in the industry.
Mountain West has been perfect for our business needs.
We simply could not survive as a business without Mountain West Business Solutions.
For all your equipment, printing, and software solution needs, Mountain West Business Solutions. 866-583-9925.
Hunter Hansen on the mound, and the first pitch to Jake Rafferty as a strike called. Welcome back here to the 2024 Northwest Regional as the first pitching change of this game. Hunter Hansen takes over for Elias Blackhawk as Blackhawk goes to short. Durham goes to third. Alvarico subbed out of this game. The 0-1 to Rafferty. Before that, the pickoff to second base. Sliding back in safely is Nicolay.
Well, for all the young baseball players at home, you want to be a reliever. These are situations you get. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Team down one. They need outs right here.
The 0-1 pitch to Rafferty. Inside, 1-1. They're letting him swing here even though they have the chance for the sack, but this is the heart of your order. You want to let them swing with 3 and 4. Jake Rafferty, Hunter Christian on deck. A bouncer to the shortstop, Blackhawk. It finds her as he makes his first play at short after being on the mound all day, and then the slide into second. And that's where the ball is held. So Maselli cut down on the fielder's choice. Rafferty will take over at first base.
Yeah, it's a good decision there. Second baseman not to turn and fire that just because you bounce it in, you're going to score. They're going to score a run as they had really no chance to get Rafferty going down the line.
The double play still in order too, and it's Hunter Christian who has grounded into one double play already today. Back in the third inning is when the last time he was up, and that's when the double play occurred. See what they do here with the runners on the corners. Rafferty takes off, and that's a good pitch to go as it goes low, and Wilhelm is going to have to kind of backhand it in the 5-hole, and it's going to be a 1-0 count.
I need a productive at-bat. Running Rebels are going to pull the infield in about halfway up the middle. Corners are in on the bag.
1-0. Check swing. He didn't go across, and it's a ball, 2-0. They're going to check, and same answer, did not go. Service up by 1 with an extra insurance run on third and in second. Fastball finds the zone, 2-1.
Hansen did a good job pounding the bottom of the zone. He got the ground ball. Fortunately, just wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2, but you keep living there. You give your infielders a chance to make a play.
Christian at the plate. Take strike 2. Reached on an error in the first, grounded into a double play in the third.
Yeah, if you're Hansen, you don't have to get the strikeout here with a strike. You can try to nibble around the corners. You have that base open.
The 2-2. Line drive over the head of the shortstop, Blackhawk. That's going to send Nicolay home. Rafferty rounding. The throw from Stuckey is cut off, and it's a 2-run single for Hunter Christian to give the Alaska Cougars a 5-2 advantage.
It's a great piece of hitting right there. Understanding the infield's in, hit something hard somewhere, and you know, so that infield halfway in, that line drive in a perfect spot. Oh, now you got a 3-run lead. Huge at bat right there for service.
5-2, your new score as Colby Jensen steps in. Foul ticked right into the leg of the catcher as he immediately gets up. Wilhelm says he's all right.
Yeah, catches are tough, man. It's a pretty chilly day here. Someone's got to sting just a little bit extra.
1 run in the bottom of the first, 2 runs in the third, and now 2 runs in the fifth for Service Anchorage. Fly ball into right field. Foltz moving over to his left, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Christian stays put at first base, and now Andrew Hickman steps into the plate.
If you're Hansen on the mound, you have to limit the damage here. You already gave up the 2. You can't do anything about that. If you can get out of this inning 5-2, it's not gonna be an easy comeback, but it's a lot better than trying to come back down 4.
First pitch inside. When you have to expect Rafferty at best is getting 1 batter in the 6th. Let's see if they even send him out there. Pickoff attempt through the glove of Hudson John. Hunter Christian was back in safely either way. One-0. There's the strike, 1-1.
It's a good fastball down and away, especially the arm slot that Hansen throws from. That ball just kind of seems to be running away from you the entire time.
Andrew Hickman has been hit by a pitch and has flown out today. Hunter Henson on the mound. The pitch home. Cut and a miss, strike 2.
You know, he works on that first base side of the rubber, probably for that reason to be able to locate on the outside corner. Usually when you see someone throw at that arm angle, they work from the third base side, so the ball's coming from behind the hitter.
Deep breath. Hanson's pitch. Chopped fouled on the third base line. We'll do the 1-2 again here with Hunter Christian out first. He had the 2 RBI single to help give some insurance runs here to the Cougars. Runner goes, popped up. It is going to go out of play over top of the right side fence. It's a tough day for an outfielder as this cloudy type creates for a little bit of a harder lighting to see the ball. Haven't had any problems with it thus far, but it can be tough at times.
Yeah, the ball kind of blends in with the cloud.
1-2 is popped into right field, sends Foltz a couple steps back, and the wind takes it left. Foltz will go with it and make the grab for out number 3. 2 runs come across to score, making it 5-2 Anchorage on the 2 RBI single from Hunter Christian. We now go to the 6th. We'll be right back here on this presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional, presented by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. 6th inning coming your way when we come back here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Gardeners Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
The crew of Rocky Mountain Yeti have found themselves searching the wilderness for the elusive Yeti, traveling through the rugged terrain in one of their premium rides found at Rocky Mountain Yeti. Coming up to a clearing, the crew finally gets a glimpse of what they've been searching for, the great Yeti deal from Rocky Mountain Yeti. Visit today and see why legends are driven. 100 Wasatch and 130 North 3rd Street, Evanston.
Rylan Nickla, the new pitcher on the mound for the Service Cougars, as it's going to be the end of the line for Jake Rafferty at 103 pitches. Got some defensive changes to get to you as well. Trey Maltby will be removed from this ball game in Sebastian Fournier, who will come in and take his place, but he will not play where Maltby played. Trey Maltby was at first. That's where the former pitcher Jake Rafferty goes. Fournier goes over to third base. First pitch from Nick Clay, and that pitch is up high for ball number 1. Nick Clay was the third baseman in the inning prior, so that's where Fournier will go.
I like that idea, trying to square to bunt, surprise the third baseman fresh into a ball game.
Foul ticked right back into the fencing, 1-1.
And you see if that player down at third base is ready to roll. You know, coming off the bench, one of the toughest plays you can probably make is a bunt down the third base line.
1 ball, 1 strike. A wind-up pitch here. Fastball, loses the hat as Nickler. Two and 1. Fastball popped up and out of play over top of our heads in the right side and into the tree over here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 6th. 5-2, Alaska on top of Pocatello. Strike three, the fastball finds the zone, and it's the first batter that Nicolay sees. He strikes him out.
It's a great pitch on the outside corner.
I tell you what, game holds the way it goes, and Nicolay gets the final 6 outs, and what effectively is a save. Pretty good chance he's the Pepsi player of the game the way he's done today. Single, homer, a double, and on the mound now. Fastball inside, 0-1.
Absolutely, you're on to something there. Is, three responsible for the first 3 runs for the service team.
Up high with that one, 2-0. Cash Stuckey is up. He singled in the third, had that 2 RBI single. He has that only 2 RBI on the day for Pocatello. Up high, 3-0 now. Nicolay working quick on the mound, and now with the 3-0 count, going to take a little bit more time and get a little deep breath in there from the windup. Fastball right down the pipe to find the zone, and the red light there to Cash Stuckey. The strikeout of Colton Durham started off this top of the 6th, now 3-1. Finds the zone, 3-2, count goes to full.
That's a good job battling back. Now you got to finish the job. For Pocatello, you need base runners.
Pop to right side, foul territory. Moving over is Rafferty, and it's going to go into the bullpen for Pocatello. So just a long foul ball for Cash Stuckey, and goes out of play. Count will remain full, and the 7th pitch of the AB to come.
Yeah, let's see if Pocatello can get runners on here, especially at the bottom of the order.
Foul ticked. That one hit the face mask there of Martindale, and he's going to take a second here, shake the head of that one. Tough one to come back from. And smartly, Rafferty's also going to come out there and talk to his pitcher, kind of give him a second to let his catcher breathe.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a tough job back there. Both men in the masks. It's a lot of damage is done off of foul tips, and I love on the mound right here, dropping the ball, kicking the ball around. Obviously, it doesn't do anything with it being turf. You're not scuffing it, making it better. It's just more of allowing your catcher to regain his composure, because that was a tough foul tip off the mask.
The 3-2 from the windup. That gets away. It slipped out of the hand there, and racing down to first is Stuckey as that ball gotten away from Martindale, but he runs back to get it before Stuckey can get past first. There's a runner on now for the first AB of the game for Hunter Hansen. He came on to pitch in the bottom of the 5th.
That's a good at-bat. Running Rebels need runners. See if they bunt over.
Gets away, and they don't need to bunt over, as that's going to advance the runner to second on the wild pitch.
That's a good time for a mound visit. The last 2 pitches got absolutely uncorked, and let's give him a time to breathe.
Well, thus far, we've had a couple of really good mound visits come out for Jake Rafferty. Now trying to hope for the same thing here on the Alaska side to Nicolay.
Yeah, and usually you wait till the end of an at-bat, but when you see 2 pitches in a row, after he's been so consistently in the zone, 2 pitches that miss that badly, it's probably a good time to go out and make sure he's all right.
Well, and especially with both those, he didn't necessarily look like he released the ball clean, kind of held his arm out a little longer than he had on the previous times. Also just want to make sure and check on that pitching arm.
Yeah, I mean, the curveball, he just kind of slipped out of his hand, didn't snap through, and that fastball, I think he was trying to tell himself to make sure that you follow through and finish the pitch, and just kind of held on to it a bit too long.
Runner at second base. Fastball inside. It's 2-0 now. Nicolay watching that runner at second. Finds the zone with Hansen here, 2-1.
And you like him being effective pitch right there. Now that you got the ball back into the zone, the first 2 pitches nearly hit the batter and one got yanked. Now you find the zone. It's hard as a hitter.
Another strike, 2-2. Hansen here at the plate. This is his first time he's seeing any pitching, as he came on as the new pitcher, and this is his first AB taking over for Christian Alvarico. Foul ticked into the mitt, a second strikeout. And the mound visit works to perfection, 3 straight strikes, and there's 2 gone in the 6th for Anchorage.
Coming up to the plate, center fielder
Suki steps up. 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout.
It's a big run to try to get back within 2 of this game.
I tell you what, as that one is away for ball 1. 7 batters retired in a row to end the day for Jake Rafferty. So good effort placed by him, and now trying to finish it off here is Nicolay, and he's doing a great job thus far, 1-1.
And you know, for Rafferty, this is going to kind of haunt Pocatello, I think, is letting him off the hook with bases loaded. A good job getting out of that jam.
Yeah, that was a big part in this game. Top of the first, bases had gotten loaded, and Rafferty worked out of that jam. That base hit there would have changed the entire integrity and really layout of this game, to be honest. 2-1. On the ground, Hunter Christian at short has the ball, goes to first, and it's 4 up, 3 down for Nicolay in the top of the 6th. Anchorage with a 5-2 lead. We head to the bottom half here. 3 outs remaining for Pocatello. Either way you slice it, they're going to need 3 runs in the top of the 7th, at least, maybe more. We'll find out if it's more when we come back. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament is brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready. We'll be right back here from Billings, Montana.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Bottom of the 6th we go here in Game 2 of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament. Jace Andrews alongside Aaron Poling, as coming up here in the bottom of the 6th to lead us off is Trevor Maltby. He'll lead him off as 7-8-9 to bat against Hunter Hansen. First pitch swing through the right side. It's a base hit for Trevor Maltby.
That's a great piece of hitting right there from Maltby. Fastball down and away. There's a big hole between first and second. Just go with it, especially on the turf, on the ground. That ball is going to skip through. It's a really good piece of hitting.
Sebastian Fournier will step in. He replaced Trey Maltby in the top of the 6th as a defensive replacement. So he'll be seeing pitching for the first time today. Fournier, the third baseman now for the Cougars. Trevor over at first. The bunt laid down the first base line, and a great bunt. Fournier is safe at first.
That was a perfect bunt. I mean, you place it between the pitcher and the first baseman, and now you really put them in a bind. Does John come get the ball and then have to try to race back to the bag, or does the pitcher try to get there and, that ball is still too far? Just a perfectly executed bunt right there.
Awkward speed down that first base line as Hudson John over at first got to the bag and expected Hansen to get it, but then he had to get off the bag to get the ball, and just some wild base running as well there from Fournier to get down the line.
Turf right there keeps the ball rolling that way.
Hudson comes home. The bunt out there again, pulled back there by Landon Martindale. Trevor Maltby over there at second base did get confirmation that Trevor and Trey are the youngest sons of Sean Maltby, the Anchorage Bucks general manager.
And I like the bunt right here. Keep doing it until the Rebels can prove that they can get you out on it.
1-0. Bunted foul into the fencing on the left side, 1-1.
But you got to stay in there. You're trying to get down the line before dropping the bunt down.
Martindale reached on an error in the 3rd, came around to score on the 2-run shot. Grounded out in the 4th. Check on the runner for Hudson. Comes home. Bunt out there, gets it down this time. Hansen off the mound. He fires to first. The second baseman, Keller, covering for out number 1. It's a perfectly placed sack bunt by your 9-hole Landon Martindale, and now it's going to be Rylan Nickla.
Yeah, he might as well leave that bat in the dugout. I don't think there's any chance he's hitting.
Not a chance. They're going to let him go here with the first base open, and catcher is looking at the dugout like you want to put him on, right? He's literally asking. Let's see what they do here. They may let him hit. They're going to let him go. Yeah, they're going to.
No, they're going to. Yeah,
they're about to say they're going to put him on.
Yeah. No.
The smile from Nickla. It's unfortunate. I mean, he was a triple away from the cycle, so that would have been fun to see. But obviously, you understand the situation here with 1 out. You want the double play.
Yeah,
and with the way he's been hitting, there's no point.
Pocatello couldn't care less about his cycle.
They don't care about that.
Well, if he goes through the cycle, gets the cycle, it means you're down 7-2, and it's just a smart baseball play. It's a bummer for Michael. It's a bummer for
fans.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see that at bat, but it is the right decision.
So Jace Maselli will speed up. He takes a strike as he tries to haunt Pocatello for having that walk. Do something for himself.
Absolutely.
Today he has walked, struck out, and had a sack bunt. A ground ball to the second baseman. He'll flip this, the shortstop flips the second for 1 on to first, not in time. A run comes across to score. So a fielder's choice in the speed of Maselli gets an extra run to make it 6-2.
Good hustle down the line there. It's the right decision by the Rebels. Sometimes it doesn't work out trying to turn that double play. So you can get out of it without allowing the run. 3 runs it's a risk that you have to take in that situation. Unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition.
Jake Rafferty will step up now. Runners at the corners, 1 run in, trying to maybe even give themselves an extra run and make it 7-2. Line drive, fouled on the first base line. 2 outs now in the inning after the fielder's choice, and they're going to say it's going to be catcher's interference, and so Rafferty is going to get first base. So hit the glove of Wilhelm. He'll be at first now after nicking the glove. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Opportunity here in this at-bat to really break this one open.
2 outs. Bases loaded, and Hunter Christian could break it open big time. Line drive over the head of the shortstop, and it drops in for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Stuckey. 1 run across. The second run slides in, and racing to third is Rafferty. Now you got a runner on the rundown between first and second, and tagged out is Hunter Christian. But it doesn't matter. 2 runs come across to score either way. 8-2 is your score, and that's how we go into the 7th inning. It's going to be Nickla on the mound, needing just 3 outs to get the victory for Service Anchorage and be 1-0 in this 2024 Northwest American Legion Regional. We'll be right back. This is presented by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready. 8-2 your score. 3 outs to go for Pocatello when we come back here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Back here to Billings, Montana, and it's the top of the 7th inning. Final chance for Pocatello to try and extend this game, and they're going to need a lot. It's 8-2, so 6 runs is the magic number to keep this going. Nickla back on the mound. First pitch fastball doesn't find the zone. It's Preston Foltz, the 9-hitter, followed by Elias Blackhawk and Garrett Keller, the 1 and 2. 1-0 there is inside to make it 2-0.
You got to attack the zone right here. Last thing you want to do is start walking people. They put it in play and they earn their way on. You can live with that, but you don't want to give out any free passes.
Inside, 3-0. It's the 9 slot, too. You don't want to start off the inning walking the 9 hole. 3-0. Well, he does exactly that on 4 pitches, a base on balls for Preston Foltz. Nice job by the Pocatello guy. Get him on first base, and now Elias Blackhawk trying to start something here in the 7th.
Yeah, let's see if going to the stretch will slow him down a bit. He seemed like he kind of rushed through his windup there, trying to get the pitch delivered. See if maybe the stretch will slow him down.
Well, gets the first pitch, fastball strike, and the throw down to first almost gets Preston Foltz. A nice tag applied by Rafferty, but in safely as Preston Foltz, the right fielder for Pocatello.
Got to be careful. You're down 6. You don't want to get picked off the base, Pats.
Finds the zone with the second pitch in this AB. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and I think the stretch was just what the doctor ordered on the mound. I mean, those 4 pitches, he kind of just rushed through his windup. Now the stretch kind of forces you to slow down.
Up high.
Got to be careful, though. Not coming set real long. You don't have to be set real long, but don't want to give up free 90 feet.
Check on that runner. The pitch home. Fouled off right side. Stays 1-2. And this is the chance here for Pocatello. You get your top of your order. Your 9-hole got on. Yeah, you need 6 runs, but if you're looking to have the perfect situation, this is probably it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Breaking ball. Strike 3 called on Elias Blackhawk as Nicola gets his 3rd strikeout of this game.
It's a nice breaking ball on the front door right there. Started at the hip, breaks back in. It's a good job bouncing back after a 4-pitch walk.
Garrett Keller will step up. Strike out in the 3rd, a line out in the 5th. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st and was stranded at 2nd. And what is a big part of this game now, where their Pocatello runner levels left him stranded on the top of the 1st. Gets away from the catcher, Martindale, and advances Foltz to 2nd. He's going to round it, look at 3rd, and we'll stop at 2nd, though, as he's content.
Yeah.
There's no point to risk anything here in this situation. You want as many base runners as possible.
Yeah, it's a tough task coming back from 6 as is. It's going to make it much tougher if you start taking risks on the base path and getting yourself out.
Pitch. Inside. 2-0. Looks at the runner at second base, comes home. Fastball finds the zone, 2-1. Gunnar Wilhelm stands on deck. 2 balls, 1 strike here for the running Rebels. Nicholas pitch. A ground ball fouled on the 3rd base line, 2-2.
It's a good job bouncing back after falling behind. Just got to execute one more. Just continue to execute.
Check on the runner. Looks home the pitch. Breaking ball up high. Ducking is Keller. 3-2.
And, you know, sometimes that breaking ball, kind of the arm angle he throws at, I feel like sometimes you get a little bit underneath it where you're not really getting the good snap down and release on it. You're kind of, you know, you're back here. You're obviously you're snapping through, but you're kind of releasing the ball up here, and your elbow's out in front. You got to really work to get that elbow behind the ball and just snap that thing through.
Time called and granted by Garrett Keller.
I like that from Keller. A little gamesmanship. Not a big pitch in the game.
Full count pitch from Nicola. Check swing. He went across. Strikeout number 4 for Nicola and 2 outs, more importantly, in the top of the 7th.
It's a good fastball up and in right there.
Catcher number 1, Gunnar Wilhelm.
Gunnar Wilhelm, 0 for 3 today. Looking to change it here with 2 outs in the 7th. Nicolay wants the signs again, gets it. Looks that runner, Foltz at 2nd, the pitch home. Finds the zone with the fastball for the first pitch of this AB for strike 1, 0-1.
It's a really good fastball down and away. We talked about all day. You can locate there. It's tough to do a lot of damage with it.
Wilhelm has flown out, struck out, and grounded out. He has a hard chopper fouled on the 3rd baseline there to make it 0-2. Nickla, one pitch needed to get out of here on what would be his 40th pitch and get the win in game 2 here and make Alaska 1-0 in this 2024 Northwest Regional. Check the runner, the pitch. Breaking ball, doesn't find the zone, left it high. 1-2.
It's a good breaking ball right there. Just didn't quite get that one into the zone, but it's much better than the one he threw last at bat.
Check on the 1-2. Fastball just outside, and well, half the Alaska team was about to get ready for the high five line. It's outside though, 2-2.
That's a good 1-2 pitch. I mean, you didn't get the call, but it's a really good spot with 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Line drive over the head of the shortstop, Christian. The center fielder, Hickman, has it. He's going to fire it home, but it's going to be cut off by Rafferty. A run comes across to score to make it 8-3. Folt steps on home plate.
Yeah, it's a smart decision right there, cutting that ball off. I know you want to try to cut that run down, get the final out at the plate, but if you don't get that plate, then you allow the runner over to second.
Hudson John steps in after the RBI single from Gunnar Wilhelm. John is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 3rd. Got a mound meeting here as talking to his pitcher there with 2 outs, just trying to calm him down and get out of here.
I mean, you're up by 5, still continue to attack the zone. You know, you attack the zone there. Just gave up a hit. Wilhelm drilled the ball in the left field. You tip your cap, move on. Up by 5. Ultimately, what really matters is winning the game.
Breaking ball beautifully drawn up there for strike 1.
Hey, it looks like he's starting to find the breaking ball a little bit more than what he had. And that typically happens as you get further into your outing.
Look at that runner, the pitch, and that goes behind the batter, Hudson John, which allows Wilhelm to advance to second there. And we've seen that with Nick Legg, kind of the ball slipping out of the hand and not being able to kind of, as you would say, snap it there. It kind of flops out of the hand.
Yeah, that looked like another breaking ball. That one slipped.
Fastball's high there, 2-1. And now
pitch
with
count
45
right
pitches, they're going to take him out because they want to keep him available for the rest of this tournament. So we're going to have a pitching change here as Nicolay will come out, and looks like they're going to bring in the left fielder, Jensen. So they're going to have a pitching change here as Jensen will come out, and hold on here as they're going to be talking. Just want to make sure that's complete here, and that will be the end. So Jensen, the left fielder, is going to come on and try and finish off what effectively needs 1 out. So when we come back, it'll be Colby Jensen on the mound. We'll take a quick break, though. This presentation of the American Legion Northwest Regional Tournament is brought to you by Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
One more out needed, as coming on is Colby Jensen to try and get that one out. He's got a 2-1 count on Hudson John. Runner at second base is Gunnar Wilhelm. Big swing over the fastball as he goes right through it to make it 2-2 with 2 outs here.
Tough at bat. You see a pitcher for the first 3 pitches, and now you get a different pitcher, different arm slot.
Line drive into right field. It's going to drop fair for a base hit. Trevor Maltby has it, fires it in. It's another RBI single as there's no point to try and get that one home. 2 runs on the board here for the Rebels, trying to keep this 2-out rally down by 4 now.
And you know, if you are Pocatello and despite the score 8-4, you're trying to come back. If you don't completely come back, getting these runs across, that's a little bit of momentum for tomorrow.
On the hits for your 3 and 4 guys are going to be helpful. Inside, especially, you know, you rely on the middle of your order so much, and today they have, you know, only time they've reached base is a hit by pitch until this inning, but now both their 3-hitter Gunnar Wilhelm and Hudson John have RBI single. 2-0 here to the 5-slot Colton Durham. 2 walks and a strikeout today, so for 1. He did come around to score back in the 3rd. Inside there. Jensen with a 3-0 count trying to find the zone. You know, right now, Alaska, you're 1 out away. Inside again. It's a 4-pitch walk. You got runners at 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, I say don't look now. That tying run moves the on-deck circle.
Officially becomes a safe situation if they have somebody come in. It looks like they're going to send out Keegan Lennox out to warm up in the bullpen.
Yeah, right now for service, it's all hands on deck to whoever can get this final out is going to go to the mound to get the final out. Wise move by the catcher there. Not only does it calm your pitcher on the mound down, calm him down, it also allows more time in the bullpen for that pitcher to warm up a little bit in case you get that far.
Fastball, first pitch strike to Cash Stuckey. Grounded out in the 1st, singled with 2 RBI to his name in the 3rd, walked in the 6th. 0-2 here. Jensen trying to get this final out. The 0-2. Nice pick at the plate by Martindale as it's bounced up there for ball number 1.
Yeah, you don't want this game to go any further than this at-bat if you're service. Leave that tying run in the on-deck circle.
Line drive, looping right field. It drops for a base hit. Maltby has it misplayed momentarily, but he gets it back in. Another run comes across to score, and the tying run will see the plate here on the top of the 7th.
It's getting dicey.
It's another RBI single. This one put it to Cash Stuckey. He's got 2 singles, and both of them combined to give you 3 RBI on the day for him.
It's a good piece of hitting right there, too. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Just going with it, not trying to do too much, pass the baton, and see what you guys can do here.
Hunter Hansen struck out in his only plate appearance today. First pitch strike there, runners at 1st and 2nd. Hudson John was that run to come across the score. Hansen swings through that, 0-2. Low, 1-2.
Really good 0-2 pitch right there. If you're Hansen, you're trying to pass the baton.
Runners at 1st and 2nd. And Hansen foul tips it into the mitt. And Jensen finally gets that final out. Alaska is victorious, although it gets a little dicey in the top of the 7th. 8-5, your final score as Anchorage 1-0 here in the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament. When we come back, we'll give you the recaps and post-game notes and everything in between, as this is a presentation of the 2024 American Legion Northwest Regional, brought to you by Ready, providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are Ready. 8-5, your final score. We'll be right back with the post-game show here on mylocalradio.com.
Growing up is all about having your independence. And Y-High is here to help you gain real financial freedom with a Y-High Independence Account. With an emphasis on education, growth, and experience, the Y-High Independence Account prepares you to handle your own finances, so you're ready for what life throws your way. We're talking no parent or legal guardian required on your account, no risk of collections or negative reporting, and no overdraft fees. Find your independence with a Y-High Independence Account today.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Welcome back here, 8-5, your final score, Anchorage, Alaska over top of Pocatello, Idaho in game number 2 of the 2024 Northwest Regional. This is the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Get your gourmet sub today at Jimmy John's. For the winning team, the Alaska Anchorage Cougars. 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 3 walks. And for the Pocatello Run Rebels, 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, and 5 walks. And the big innings were late for both squads, but it was really early that this game kind of went into Alaska's favor. It was the top of the first. Bases were loaded, but there was 2 outs, and Jake Rafferty was able to get out of the jam with a ground out of Cash Stuckey that really set the tone. In the bottom of the first, Alaska was able to push a run across. Then each side traded 2 runs in the third. But then the later innings, the 5th and 6th, a couple of extra multiple run innings for Alaska, as where we get here to the final score being 8-5. And that's where we will end, as Alaska now will await the winner of this evening's game, because they'll be back and play tomorrow night. So obviously big for that. Kind of going through the stats here, some notable players. Rylan Nicolet, 3 hits, 3 ABs, 2 RBI, was a triple short of the cycle. On the other side of the ball, Hudson John, 2 runs scored on 1 hit. He also had an RBI to his name. As the winning pitcher, Jake Rafferty, the losing pitcher, Elias Blackhawk, because Blackhawk goes 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Rafferty, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Okay, that is the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Once again, you can get your gourmet sub today at Jimmy John's. Moving on here on our post-game show to the Dr. McKay Frankham's Precision Play of the Game. And there's a couple of things that I think I could point to, but I'm really going to look at that home run from none other than Rylan Nicolet. And the reason I say that is because at the time, you had the lead back for Pocatello. It was 2-1. That was the only lead they had all day. And Service Anchorage responded. And it was Rylan Nicolet at the helm of that as he launched a 2-run bomb over the left field fence. And after that, Alaska held on to the lead and went past that. So that is your Dr. McKay Frankham's Precision Play of the Game. It's the home run from Ryan Nicolet in the 3rd inning. All right, it's time to name our Pepsi Player of the Game, presented by Western Wyoming Beverages, as there's only one answer in this one, and it's Rylan Nicolet. We've mentioned his name a lot in this postgame show and a lot throughout the game because of how important he was. 3 for 3 at the plate. He also got intentionally walked, scored 3 runs, had 2 RBI. I mean, if you look at the score there, 8 runs were put across for Anchorage. He scored 3 of them and had the 2 RBI. One of them was himself, obviously, so he was responsible for half of the runs on the Anchorage side. Not to mention he came in and put in 1 2/3 solid innings of work, allowing just 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and he struck out 4. So Rylan Nicolet is your Pepsi Player of the Game here, as the final score one final time, 8-5, as the Anchorage Cougars of Service are victorious. And now we'll await the winner for tonight's game of the Collins Collab on the Colorado team and the host of this 2024 Northwest Regional, the Billings Scarlets. That'll be the 7 o'clock game tonight, called by Dan Hubbard and Aaron Poling. So make sure you stick around for that one to see who Service Alaska will play. Coming up next, the 4 o'clock game, Lakeside Recovery, Washington's team coming in facing the Montana team who won the state, Missoula Mavericks, as the automatic bid to Billings. Missoula, the state champions, get in here, and they will play at this 4 o'clock game, so our first Montana team will be playing in the next one. That does it for this, though. The final score one final time, Anchorage 8, Pocatello 5, Alaska in the 7 o'clock game, and Pocatello in the 12:30 game tomorrow. For my color announcer, Aaron Poling, and Dan Hubbard alongside us, we appreciate you joining us here on this 2024 Northwest Regional and American Legion. We'll be back for the 4 o'clock game here. I'm Jace Andrews saying peace out.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.